What's up, guys? Welcome to the Everyday Show with Jake. I'm back, baby. I'm back. I'm back in the saddle again. Yow. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks, but we're back. We're doing another episode. This is episode, I believe, 5 or 6, man. Crazy how much time is flying. I believe this might be episode 5. So thank you guys for hanging out. 5 whole episodes. You know, I watched Friends with Benefits recently, and Mila Kunis has she had the 5-date rule, and at the end of 5 dates, Polly got the cracker, if you know what I'm saying. And so this is episode 5. So, you know, I'm just going to let you put 2 and 2 together, okay? Polly wants a cracker. So I apologize for being out. I took a week off because I went to Wilmington, and we'll talk about that. But and then I got sick. So, you know, it's now we're here, we're back, healthy as a horse, as they say, which I've never understood that expression. I don't understand it, which is me saying the same thing twice in a row. But, you know, I didn't know that horses were more healthy or less healthy than any other living being. I figured that healthy is healthy, and I guess I was wrong about that, because horses are clearly more healthy, since that's the expression, and nobody would ever come up with an expression that we use all the time in our day-to-day lives that didn't make sense, you know, because that's not a thing that could happen. Wink, wink. But yeah, so went to Wilmington a couple of weeks ago for my girlfriend's birthday celebration. Wilmington, North Carolina, not Wilmington, Delaware, where you will definitely get murdered. Yeah, we were in Wilmington, North Carolina, which is much safer and of a place to be. But we had a good time. They never heard of Rona. They never heard of Rona in Wilmington, North Carolina, especially where we was at. It was shoulder to shoulder, man. We went to the beach bars 2 nights, and I guess everybody's vaccinated in Wilmington. That's the rule, because nobody was wearing masks, and it was just it's just shoulder to shoulder, getting thrown around like rag dolls. But it was a mighty fine time. It was reminiscent of days prior to COVID-19. Like I said, I guess everybody was vaccinated in Wilmington. But we had a good time, went down there on a Friday, and went out to the beach bars Friday night and Saturday night. And let me tell you, your boy hasn't gone out. I mean, even before Rona, hadn't gone out to a bar multiple nights like that in a long time. And it took it all out of me. I was exhausted. Okay. But you know, we were there celebrating my girlfriend's sister's birthday, and my girlfriend's sister's cousin's friend's nephew, son. We were celebrating their birthday. So, but you know, I like to think that she had a good time. She got mighty intoxicated, which is the point, I guess, of going to the bars and whatnot and having a good time. So, oh, excuse me, bumping the mic. First, we're not even 5 minutes in, we bumped the mic. Woo! But yeah, she was really really intoxicated, but like I said, that's the point. She took it upon herself to beat my ass, or try to beat my ass, both nights, which was an absolute. It was just a riot. It was just a hoot and a riot. Uh, she, you got to understand. This is she's probably, maybe 5'2", 5'3". Tiny, petite build, I'd say. And she got about 15 feet away from me, and then she just sprint up at me and just jump into me and try and tackle me. And but listen here, look at me. Your boy is built like a brick shithouse. I'm a brick shithouse. So I wasn't moving. I wasn't wavering. I was on a firm foundation. And she would do a little trampoline situation right back off of me, and then bring it right back into it. And I really wore her out. She was like a puppy, like a newborn puppy that just has a lot of energy, and then just kind of collapsed afterward. But before she went in, she looked at my girlfriend. She said, "I almost killed Jake. Could have killed him." Freaking idiot. Yeah, she was wrestling me. She at one point, we'd got back from the bars, and she at one point put on. She had a skirt out at the bars, and got back and changed into sweatpants, but had not removed the skirt from the sweatpants. And so the skirt was over the top of the sweatpants. It looked like a clown's collar, like the little ruffles, but like on around the waist there. And I said, "Hey, you still got your skirt on over your sweatpants." And she stops. She looks at me, and she takes a step back, real serious. And she says, "I agree." Which, because that's what we were doing. We were debating, apparently. But I won, because I'm the smartest kid in the room, in that room that night. But we had a good time. Man, what do we do? Saturday during the day, went to a distillery. Now, let me tell you, I am not a cocktail drinker. Never have been, never will be, never pretend to be. Well, I did pretend to be for this moment here, but I know nothing about cocktail drinks. I don't like liquor. I discovered very early on in my drinking life that liquor was not for me. I'll stick to the beer, stick to the wine, and have a good time with those things. But, they wanted to go to this distillery where they have these fancy gourmet cocktails. I almost said gourmet tacos, like we're at frickin' Ganza or what is it? Huevos? No. Tacos y tequila. But it wasn't tacos at all. It was just cocktails, which is liquor drinks. So, yeah, we're there, man, and they really I guess they brew their own licks there, which good on them. Luke Bryan said it best: corn makes whiskey. So, I think that's a great quote from him. But so I walk up to the I knew, because I don't drink cocktail drinks. I was like, but I wanted to excuse me, I keep coughing. It's the sickness. But just hang with me there, friends. But I wanted to participate. I wanted to be a good sport about it. I wanted to get a cocktail drink. And so I said, all right, I'm going to do it. But I knew that I needed something a little bit of fruity in it. A little bit of fruitalicious in it. I'm not so insecure in my masculinity where I have to order a rum and coke or something, or old fashioned or what have you. I'm just naming the manly drinks that I know, or quote unquote historically manly drinks. I'm not here to discriminate one way or the other. But I'm not so insecure in myself that I have to order those things to feel good. So I was like, I'm going to need something with some fruit in it. And so I'm looking on the menu. I find something with the fruit, and I'm like, yeah, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. I'll be able to enjoy this a little bit, and I'll play my part. I'll do my part. And so I walk up to the bar. The bartender, he's a very handsome fellow, looks at me, and he says, what can I get for you? And, as straight-faced and unashamed as I could be, I look right at that man, and I say, I'll take your finest cosmopolitan, please. Oh man, and I still haven't realized the mistake that I had made. And this guy looks at me. It doesn't even faze him. He doesn't bat an eye. And he turns around. He says, "One finest cosmopolitan coming right up." And he reached in and he grabs a glass. And as soon as he grabbed that glass, I knew. As soon as he grabbed that glass, Jake knew that he had fucked up. And he grabs that glass, and it is just the daintiest martini glass you've ever seen in your life. And I was like, oh my God. And he starts making this drink, and he's shaking and rattling. And then he makes it. He's of course he can't just make my cosmopolitan, my finest cosmopolitan, in peace and in silence. He has to decide that he's going to light this thing on fire. And so what does he do? He just, boom, pow, lights the top of the thing on fire. He makes a show. Everybody's now looking at my cosmopolitan. And they look and they say, where's the girl that's getting this cosmopolitan? And here I am. I'm just waving at them. And I say, hello, it's me. It's my cosmopolitan. And I look right at the woman and the gentleman to my right, and I say, I have no idea what I'm doing. And then he takes the orange peel and he rubs it all around that rim tray. I was like, yo, tray. And then he gives it to me, and I drank it, and it was disgusting. It was that it had that smoky afterbirth that you don't want in a cocktail. In all seriousness, it was a very well executed beverage, very well executed cocktail, and I think that for liquor lovers, my old buddy used to say, liquor. Heck, I hardly know her. But for liquor lovers, I think it was a very fine drink. But for yours truly, for your boy Jake, excuse me so much, it was not the one that I would have chosen and will choose ever again. And of course, my buddy, my roommate, goes with me. He's got to show me up, so I walk out onto the back deck. Everyone's looking at me because I just set a cosmopolitan on fire, and everyone's looking at me, with their judgment. I sit down at the table. My roommate he's sitting there, and he's got his old fashioned or whatever the hell he's got, just looks so much more masculine than me. And but I embraced it. I pinkied out that sumbitch, dude. I pinkied out it. Pinkied out it, yeah. And I drank it and quickly, and then promptly got me a beer right after that. So Shout out End of Days Distillery in Wilmington, North Carolina. Woo! But it was a good time. Saturday night was an absolute disaster. We'd had a long day. We had gone to the distillery. We had gone to High Wire Brewing Company, which is another brewery out in Wilmington. And it was just a long day. And then we went out to the beach bars again. And this time, we met up with my girlfriend's college friends who happened to be in town at the same time. And that was just an absolute disaster. You're talking about what, a group of what, like six women who were just reckless reckless abandon. They were just going for it in the bars. We got my buddy, he's drunk. Everybody's drunk. I'm driving everybody, of course, That was just an absolute disaster. We got one girl, she starts screaming. She starts screaming and crying, "Where's Gio? Where's Gio? I can't find Gio. I got to find him." Turns out she's talking about Giovanni Bernard, who was a football. I don't even know if he's still playing, but he was a football player for Carolina, for UNC Chapel Hill. And I think he went on to play maybe for the Bengals. I could have made that up. But he played in the NFL, I believe, for a little bit. I don't know if he's still playing. I don't follow it like that. But she's like, "Where's Gio? Apparently she, went to high school with this guy. But, like, she's just pulling this name out of freaking thin air. Like, Gio has no... I said, "Who's this Gio?" I said, "Does he live in Wilmington?" She said, "No. But he should be here." Freaking idiot. What are you just summoning people? What are you, a necromancer? You're just a necromancer. You're summoning. So I had to deal with that. I had to get her some fresh air out on the street. Had to wrangle them in. We piled seven grown adults with paying full-time jobs and paying rent, doing these responsible adult things, and we piled 7 of them into my Honda Accord sedan to drive them back to their respective location, the locale. The rendezvous point, rendezvous point. That's French for you guys, you idiots out there. But man, so I could go on, man. It was just an absolute shit show of a weekend. And then I wake up Sunday to go home. My throat's sore. I think that, I just assume, I attribute it to allergies. I have really bad allergies. I attribute it to maybe, just a long night of yelling, and all that stuff at the bars. And have nice babies you're making with the floozies at the bars. That's for the fans of The Office out there. But my throat's sore, and I'm driving home, and I'm really pissed about it. My throat's sore, but I'm like, whatever. And get back, just rest, kind of Sunday night, and wake up Monday morning, and my throat's even more sore. I feel terrible. I'm like, I'm grumpy. I'm like, I gotta go to work, and like I'm my throat's sore. I gotta, do all this and this and this at work, just griping up a storm, grumpy McGrumpersons. And I tell you what, by Monday afternoon, I had 100 fever, and I didn't lose that fever until Saturday evening. So from Monday to Saturday, almost a whole week, 6 days if you're counting, I had that fever. I was knocked out, man, and I was in bed. I took off of work. I was in bed, And I'd get up and I'd go out into the living room just to like have conversation and move my legs, have brief conversation with my girlfriend, and my fever would frickin' spike up, man, for 15 minutes. I couldn't get that thing down. I was really worried, man. We didn't know, man, if I was going to make it. We didn't know. I was never that bad, but I was definitely that was the sickest I've been in a long time. And I would only wish that on my worst enemies. So, bet you didn't see that one coming. I went to the doctor and so I was like, okay, I was fine. I was good. I wasn't going to go to the doctor because I just assumed it was a cold or something. Because, in this climate, in this day and age, right, everyone just is first assumption is just COVID. Immediately. Anytime anyone feels the slightest bit of sick, they think it's COVID. I wasn't going to give in to that culture, to the hype. And so I wasn't going to go to the doctor. And then I guess it was Wednesday or Thursday, I can't remember. I woke up, I was still feeling terrible, still had the fever, and couldn't smell or taste anything all of a sudden. And that's what really scared me, man. It was so crazy. So we took body wash, and you know how you go to the store, you little sniffy McGee over here with the body wash. You got to get the right scent for your skins. Everyone knows, if you're a listener of the show, you know that I smell good 1000% of time that exists. And so I'm no stranger, a little sniffy of the body wash. We put that sucker right up to my nose, give it a little squeeze, let that air come out. Couldn't smell anything. I squeezed so hard, shoots the body wash right on my nose. And I was like, oh my God, I had no idea it was splooging on me, because I couldn't smell it. Then we got a candle, couldn't smell the candle. Then I ate a little something, had no taste at all in it. Like the only, aside from, the only idea that I had that I was like eating something was just texture in my mouth, which was like absolutely crazy. That was the thing. And I was like, oh shoot, man, do I have COVID? Because, that's the thing. Everyone's, you lose your smell and taste, you got COVID. And I was like, well, shoot, maybe I got COVID. So I went and I got tested. I was trying to find a rapid test and go down to the CVS. I think that it's a rapid test, and I got to shove that thing right in my nose. And I do the test, find out after the fact that it's not a rapid test. They'll let me know in 2 days. So then I go back and I take my temperature. It's 102.3. Now, as an adult, 102 fever is less than ideal. Okay? So I was like, this won't do, Chief. So I find an urgent care. I go and I get a rapid test. So they take another COVID test. Now, I had not had a COVID test. That was the first COVID test I had not experienced that, man. And if you haven't taken a COVID test, so what they do is they give you this long Q-tip, okay? And you have to stick the Q-tip up your nose. And then when I was at the urgent care, the nurse stuck it up my nose. And you go up, the Q-tip piece is probably, maybe the 2/3 of an inch long. Maybe, it's like not short. It's not a short amount of space. And then about another 1/2 inch after that, there's a little notch, okay? You have to stick the Q-tip so far up your nose that the notch is like at the nose, in your nose. And that is so far up your nose. I was touching the back of my brain. It was so painful and uncomfortable. I didn't realize that getting a COVID test was like a freaking GSW to the nostril, dude. I'm taking gunshot wounds out here to just bang, bang, both nostrils just to get a freaking COVID test. They come back, the rapid test comes back negative for COVID. Then they were like, all right, well, we'll test you for strep. Okay. They pull out the same freaking Q-tips and they got to deep throat my ass like, holy smokes, dude. That, I was over there like gagging on the freaking cotton swabs. I texted my mom. I said, and my whole family. So that was weird that I just said my mom, but I texted my whole family and I said, hey, in case you ever, we're wondering, I'm, sucking dick's not for me. So, it was so uncomfortable. And the nurse was like, I know, baby. Came back negative for strep. They didn't test me for the flu. They said they had no flu cases this year, which, hey, man, I don't care where you stand on the COVID issue. I think, we've all realized that this is something that we have to, address as a country, right? Hopefully we've realized that. But the idea that the doctor and my mom, who works for a pharmacy, has said that there have been 0 people coming in with the flu or testing positive with the flu is really just what? The flu just didn't go away. And that's not even, I'm just confused, man. And it really makes me scratch my head. Okay. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And I just don't know that I necessarily agree that the flu is just, in remission this year, because of COVID. So, but that's all I have to say about that. But, I would not recommend getting a COVID test for fun, which I don't know if anyone was out here getting COVID tests for fun, but let me tell you something, brother, sister, brother. Not worth. It's 100% not worth. It was so uncomfortable to me, and that strep throat test is god awful. They literally just stab the back of your throat. I was poked and prodded. It's so funny, man. The doctor comes in and she's going to look at me and she's like, okay, open your mouth. She's going to inspect my throat and everything. And I realized I was like, I was about to sneeze. And so I said, hold on 1 second. I said, I'm about to sneeze. And I sneeze, into some tissues that I had on hand and everything. And I was like, I apologize about that, because I'm sick, right? I can't help it. I'm sick. And she goes, hey, she got real serious. She goes, hey, thanks for not sneezing in my face. I said, what? I said, why would I sneeze in your face? And she was like, well, she was like, I'm vaccinated and, I'm vaccinated, but, I just think sneezing in your face would just, I don't necessarily want you to do that. And I said, I wouldn't do that just on the fact that it's disgusting and so disrespectful. If anyone that is not a baby sneezes in your face, if an adult sneezes in another adult's face, that is the most disrespectful thing that I think that I could think of. There's no circumstance in my life that I could think, hey, could be appropriate to sneeze here. she goes, "Oh yeah, you're right. It is disgusting." And that was my conversation with the doctor. But so yeah, man, I'm back. I was out under the weather, but I'm back. I had to take some time, had to handle some biz, and we're back. We're doing the show. Is the long and the short of that. But it's all in all. Listen to this crap. So I tell you, I get sick, and nobody else that went on that trip or that was at those bars got sick. Now, mind you, we got all these freaking idiots, drunk as skunks, as they say. They're drinking from everybody's drink. They're all drinking after each other. I'm pretty sure my buddy was drinking random drinks from, just like people. Who knows? Dude picks up a jewel off the floor, hits it, off the bar floor, hits it, doesn't get sick, that little jerk off. Nobody else gets sick. I get sick. I'm taking care of everybody there. I'm making sure everyone gets home safely, and I get sick. So, moral of the story, just get absolutely shit hammered and your body will fight off everything, I guess. So, but we're back doing it. This is, it was kind of weird getting back into like sitting down and like recording the episode. It's been after a couple weeks just because I'm not quite used to it. You lose that, you lose your momentum, I guess, for, or your whatever you want to call it. But we're going to get back into the swing of things. Hopefully be delivering you guys some podcast episodes every week. Because we're back to normal. This week was a normal work week. It was busy, but then I went golfing yesterday morning for Mother's Day. Mother's Day happened, and I played the best round of golf in my life. So I set my PR. It was just a beautiful day, beautiful Mother's Day, spent on the golf course. I did get dinner with my mom, so everyone calm down. All you haters out there. And happy belated Mother's Day to all the moms listening. I love my mom very much. She's the best mom, but I know everyone says that about their own moms. So unless you hate your mom, and then I guess you don't say that about your moms. But if you do say that, cool. And if your mom sucked, sorry. But also, and happy Mother's Day to everyone who's lost their mother. I know that's a tough one. I know that's tough. I don't know what that's like, but I can only imagine how tough that must be. So thinking about you guys as well. But I think that's really it. I just wanted to catch you guys up. I wanted to get in here into the studio and deliver the goods for you guys. We'll cut it there. But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please keep doing it. I'm begging you. I'm begging you, my fans. Do it, please. I need it. Of course, as always, give me feedback on how I'm doing. Tell me what you like, what you don't like, what I could do different. And if I don't like that idea, then I'll tell you to suck it. But if I do like that idea, then I'll do it. So, flip of a coin. See what's popping, okay? If you reach out with any questions or suggestions or whatever, I'll give you a shout out on the next episode. We didn't have anything popping this week. Obviously, it's been a couple weeks since I've done an episode, and I'm not super popular like that, so no one's really reaching out to me. So, again, thanks for watching and listening. I hope you guys have a great day wherever you are, and I'll catch you later.